Underneath the weight of the endless heavy skies, I'm a drifting silhouette in the fading amber light. Folks lean on porches watching as I pass along. They claim they hear the verses of a ghost-written song. They read the lines etched deep upon my skin, looking for the places where the cracks might begin. But my back is steady and my pace is slow and sure, carrying the fever while I'm hunting for the cure. You see a mountain moving on two tired feet, a map of every battle and a record of defeat. But I don't feel the burning or the sting of the day. I just keep on walking in my own rugged way. Dignity in the thin and hollow air. The crows are the jury on the wire up above, screaming out of mercy and the lack of any love. I've packed away the ghosts and I've buttoned up the breeze. In this long procession, I am the commander and the thief. No sweat on my forehead, trembling in my hand, just another traveler across a shifting land. They see a mountain moving on two tired feet, a map of every battle and a record of defeat. But I don't feel the burning or the sting of the day. I just keep on walking in my own rugged way. Dignity in the thin and hollow air. Oh, I am the vessel for the secrets and the rain, holding every ounce of the beauty and the pain. Alone in the wasteland, but I'm standing tall and grand, with the strength of the iron and the grace of the sand. Dust kicked up by my worn-out boots is the only family I claim to keep. This barren stretch of gravel and roots is where the secrets of the ages sleep. I carry no compass and I need no map, just the rhythm of the road on a midnight laugh. Folks lean out from the porch swing shade, watching how the shadow meets my stride. They see a debt that hasn't been paid in the way I wear the leather on my hide. They reckon a man must be hollow inside to face the horizon with nowhere to hide. But the silence isn't a hollow thing, it's a heavy cloak of velvet blue, a crown of thorns for the traveling king, make it path where the weeds once grew. I am the atlas of this empty plain, bearing the weight of the sun and the rain. My shoulders are wide like the iron bridge, I'm caught to fall. There's a silver flame in the winter air and a silver glint in a weary eye. You won't find a trace of a thin despair under the arcs of a cathedral sky. I've got the stories of 1,000 lives tucked in the pocket where the truth survives. The silence isn't a hollow thing. It's a heavy cloak of velvet blue, a crown of thorns for a traveling king, making a path where the weeds once grew. I am the atlas of this empty plain, bearing the weight of the sun and the rain. My shoulders are wide like the iron bridge. I'm carving a line on the jagged ridge. With every mile, let it grow tall. The one who stood while the sky had to fall. Keeper of echoes, a traveler's tale. Oh, silhouette of the path we walk along. The dust settles down on this hollow ground. The horizon meets silence without a sound. My boots carve a beat in the hardened clay, tracing a path that leads me away. The wind doesn't whisper, the crows don't call. They watch a lone rider standing tall. Stars are just embers, so distant and cold, light years away in their celestial hold. They offer no comfort, they offer no light, just a canvas for wandering through the night. I walk alone in the dusty Halloween road. I'm a keeper of echoes, a traveler's tale. Oh, silhouette of the path we walk alone. The cactus blooms bright in the scorching sun, while the world stays lost and battles not won. I need no companion to set the pace, no fire to warm me, no memory to chase. The solitude sweet like a vintage wine in this desert of thorns that I call mine. Stars are just embers, so distant and cold, light years away in their celestial hold. They offer no comfort, they offer no light, just a canvas for wandering through the night. Dust settles on this cracked and broken ground across the empty miles where no echoes are found. I trace the horizon with a steady hand, the last stray soul in a forgotten land. My shadow is the only thing that walks by my side, with nowhere to run and nothing left to hide. Soothing cut sharp as a blade, forged in the heat of every choice I made. Then watch from the porches as I pass their doors, reading the lines of my private wars. They see the weight that should have been my spine, but I carry the sun and make the morning mine. Yeah, I am the book that the fire couldn't burn, the bridges stay level at every turn, walking silver-headed through the pouring rain, without the hollow rattle of a ghost in pain. I wear the silence like a tailored coat, keeping the heavy waters far from my throat. Timber stays so strong when the night is cold and the road is long. There is an art to standing while the heavens fall, to hold in the world and feeling nothing at all except the rhythm of the boots on the stone. A king without a kingdom but never alone. Yeah, every story I carry is written in scars, under the gaze of the cold and distant stars. I don't need a witness to prove I was here. I mastered the wind and I've conquered the fear. The miles don't know me and the hours don't pine. I leave the wreckage of gravity far behind. Yeah, so look at the man who is moving ahead, who walked through the ashes and refused to be led. 12 tons of iron resting on his chest, yet he moves like a bird flying toward the west. No slump in the shoulder, no cloud in the eye, just a steady heartbeat beneath the white sky. Yeah. I am the book that the fire couldn't burn, the bridges stay level at every turn, walking silver-headed through the pouring rain, without the hollow rattle of a ghost in pain. I wear the silence like a tailored coat, keeping the heavy waters far from my throat.
Of this barren trail, one pair of boots for a long distance tale. The empty space doesn't weigh on my bones. I find a kingdom in being alone. The horizon stretching out its hollow arms. I walk right through with no false alarms. They stop and stare at the lines on my face, searching for skies in this open space. I carry the atlas, I bear the heavy sky, with no drops of exhaustion in my eye. Everything is turning to black, the sun is falling and won't be back. I wrap the ink around my weary soul, the darkness is the only thing that makes me whole. Everything is turning to black, in the fading light there is no light. Just see a man of endless myths, 1,000 secrets that I'm walking with. Every burden that the world has cast aside, I gather them all for a quiet ride. My silhouette is sharp against the gray, I never ask for the break of day. They stop and stare at the lines on my face, searching for scars in this open space. I carry the atlas, I bear the heavy sky, with no drops of exhaustion in my eyes. Everything is turning to black, the sun is folding and won't be back. I wrap the ink around my weary soul, the darkness is the only thing that makes me whole. Everything is turning to black, in the fading light there is no light. Black.
is no lack.
No lack, no lack, no lack. Everything is turning to black. The sun is rolling and won't be back. I have the ink around my weary soul. The darkness is the only thing that makes me whole. Everything is turning to black.
In the fading light, there is no lack.
No lack, no lack, no lack.
Streetlights carving shadows on the pavement stones. I am walking steady through the hollow zones. The silence isn't heavy, it is just a cold, keeping every secret that I ever wrote. Crowds are passing like a river out of reach. I'm standing solid on a lonely beach. No one hears the ticking of the clock inside, but they see the stillness where the storms reside. They look at me and see a map of old scars, tracing out a journey underneath the stars, thinking there is weight enough to bend a spine. But I carry mountains and I feel just fine. It is not a burden when you know the way, turning every midnight into silver gray. Let them check the ledger for the debt I owe. I have paid in full and let the anger go. One-man battalion with a steady hand, building up a kingdom out of shifting sand. I take the arrows and I take the heat, without the bitter taste of a cold defeat. There is a dignity in standing tall, being the foundation and the outer wall. It is a quiet power out of plain sight, shining like a diamond in the dead of night. One-man battalion with a steady hand, building up a kingdom out of shifting sand. I take the arrows and I take the heat, without the bitter taste of a cold defeat. There is a dignity in standing tall, being the foundation and the outer wall. It is a quiet tower out of plain sight, shining like a diamond in the dead of night. Faces in the windows wonder what I know, searching for a crack where the pain might show, but the lines are etched with a deliberate grace, not a single tremor on a stone-cold face. I am the author and the hero too, crossing every desert that I wandered through. If the world is watching, let them see the truth, wisdom of the ages in a restless youth. One-man battalion in a steady hand, building up a kingdom out of shifting sand. I take the arrows and I take the heat, without the bitter taste of a cold defeat. There is a dignity in standing tall, being the foundation and the outer wall. It is a quiet power out of plain sight, shining like a diamond in the dead of night. One-man battalion with a steady hand, building up a kingdom out of shifting sand. I'll take the arrows and I take the heat, without the bitter taste of a cold defeat. There desert dignity in standing tall, being the foundation and the outer wall.
It is a quiet power
Out of plain sight, shining like a diamond in the dead of night.
Streetlights trace the outline of a king without a crown, walking through the static of this heavy-hearted town. Dusty boots and shadows are the only friends I keep, while the city's secrets are the harvest that I reap. My pockets rattle with the keys to every locked out room, searching for fire in the middle of the gloom. No hollow ache is stirring in the furnace of my chest. I found the different motion into stillness of the rest. The weight of every sunrise is a burden I can hold. You're fighting all the leaden days until they turn to gold. One man stands against the wind and never breaks his stride. Nowhere left to run and nowhere left to hide. The chronicles are written in the creases of my palm, carrying the thunder while I celebrate the calm. They see a weary traveler, but they miss the grand design. I alone have drawn the circle, and I alone define the line. Old man on the porches wonder where my spirit went, counting out the minutes of a life already spent. But I am weaving fabric from the gray and heavy air, building up a temple from a mountain of despair. No fatigue is showing in the rhythm of my gait. I have learned to dance beneath the crushing hand of fate. No hollow ache is stirring in the furnace of my chest. I found a different motion in the stillness of the rest. The weight of every sunrise is a burning lock and hold. We're finding all the leaden days until they turn to gold. One man stands against the wind and never breaks his stride. Nowhere left to run and nowhere left to hide. The chronicles are written in the creases of my palm, carrying the thunder while I celebrate the calm. They see a weary traveler, but they miss the grand design. I alone have drawn my circle, and I alone define the line. One man stands against the wind and never breaks his stride. Nowhere left to run and nowhere left to hide. The chronicles are written in the creases of my palm, carrying the thunder while I celebrate the calm. They see a weary traveler, but they miss the grand design. I alone have drawn the circuit, and I